Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Mike Brenner coming to you with the Brenner Blast live from Costa Rica. We got a beautiful Wednesday morning. It's November 15th, getting close to Turkey Day in the United States. We celebrate that here in Costa Rica as well. Not the country, but the group of Americans, the gringos that are down here in this country. So we're looking forward to a big feast. That'll be coming up shortly. All right, guys, last night we went 1-1 in NBA. We went 2-2 in college basketball, so no damage done there. And then college football, we had one pick, but the Ohio Bobcats certainly did not show up early or at all in Akron because the Zips put it on them and zipped their ass right out of town and got the outright win. So we take full responsibility for that play, but we know a bounce back is right around the corner, and we know we're going to have another strong college football weekend just like we did last weekend. And also, again, in NBA, like I said, we went 1-1 last night. Speaking of college football, let's talk about some of the games coming up this weekend. You've got Michigan getting 7.5 points at Wisconsin. You got the Badgers thinking they're not getting enough respect. They think that they should be ranked a little bit higher and possibly be talked about more, for that playoff picture. So I don't know. We'll see. I think Michigan's defense quietly can come in there and get it done. I know coaching will be there. I know Harbaugh will definitely bring it. 7.5 points. Ooh, boy, I'll tell you what, that's an interesting line right there. Then you got Notre Dame fresh off of that ass whooping they took at Miami. They're favored by -17.5 at home against Navy. Now, will the midshipmen bring that running game and wear them out, or does Notre Dame respond to that loss to Miami, or should I say ass whooping, and come out strong and shut down the midshipmen? Stay tuned for that one. Then you got another interesting battle, Penn State versus Nebraska. How does Nittany Lions continue to respond from some of the not fluke losses, but they just were thinking they had a lot more in the tank. They thought that they would certainly be up there for the playoff hunt, which they're not. So how do they respond? And then you've got LSU at Tennessee. Interesting game. LSU kind of found itself a couple weeks ago, put up one hell of a fight against Alabama. Tennessee finally fired that coach, and I called it again at the beginning of the year. I said, this guy's not going to make it through the season. Well, they got rid of Butch Jones. Which way will that team respond? That can go north or that can go south real quick. Tune in and see how that goes. And then talking more football, we've got a very, very interesting slate of NFL this week as a lot of teams are starting to show who they are. A lot of teams are in desperation mode, and a lot of teams are kind of on cruise control, but they better be careful. Pittsburgh, one of them teams, Thursday night, they're 7-2 right now. Pittsburgh playing at home against Tennessee. It's -7. These are two first-place teams. Let's see how Pittsburgh responds. Again, Thursday night football, baby. Steelers at home against Tennessee. And another interesting game, you got the New Orleans Saints favored -7.5 at home against Washington. Are the Saints for real? Is that defense for real? And is Drew Brees capable of keeping them pumped up week in and week out? I believe he can. Stay tuned. That's going to be an interesting game because right now that hot seat may be getting a little bit hotter for Jay Gruden over there in Washington, as Kirk Cousins and company have not responded. They've been just decimated with injuries. And that team, I think right now, might be a little overvalued. I think 7.5 might be a little bit too little. Don't know though. Then you got another interesting game. New England, by God. Patriots are taking that show on the road to go play Oakland, and they're favored as a 6.5-point dog. Oakland, they've had an up and down season. It's just like, what team is going to show up? We don't know, but we know what New England Patriot team's going to show up. The focused Belichick, Brady, and company. Gronkowski, now you got Marcellus Bennett back. This team could be very dangerous. The defense is quietly now the last 5 games held opponents under 15 points. Look out, New England. Back in the hunt for real. Then you got Philadelphia going to play at Dallas. Philadelphia bringing in, they're favored by -3.5. Last week, I think I was pretty spot on against Dallas. I said that Ezekiel Elliott effect will affect them right away because they're not used to that. And sure enough, they didn't respond. Will this week allow them to kind of feel it out and see what else they can do, running back by committee? I don't know. Or will Carson Wentz and them Philadelphia Eagles, baby, hottest team in football, will they bring it in there and will they get it done? They would love to close the door on Dallas and would certainly like to do it in Dallas's backyard. Again, Philadelphia favored by 3.5, and then we got a hell of a Monday night game on slate. Atlanta going to take on Seattle. Two teams that are starting to come back to life. Seattle been doing it for a couple weeks. Atlanta, I don't know. Last week, that's the team we know and love. That's that team that's been cashing a hell of a lot of tickets in the over and also in first halves for me in years past. But that offense has absolutely not been around this year except for last week. So can Matt Ryan lead the troops on a Monday night in Seattle? I think that's going to be interesting. Again, Atlanta's getting +3. Will they need those 3? Stay tuned. That's a lot of the NFL. And college football action that's going on. Speaking of college basketball, it's just loaded from here on out, so stay tuned. We got a pick video coming out here shortly for college basketball tonight, and also the pick video coming out with the NBA. They will be combined in one video. Do not miss it. That'll be within the next couple hours. I just have wanted to talk about some of these other races going on in college and also in the NFL, because bowl season's around the corner. I'm getting fired up and I can't wait. It's going to be time to start putting together all those office pools, everything else. Man, this year has flown by. All right, guys, just wanted to review last night. No damage done. We will bounce back. College football, we're going to have a strong weekend. NFL, we're going to have a strong weekend. And don't forget, make sure you're doing yourself a favor, and that's remembering that this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You got to take the good, bad, and the ugly, baby. Ride this roller coaster, but just stay strapped in. You're going to be okay. All right, guys, bet responsible, beat your bookie, and build that bank with Brenner. Make sure you tune in for the pick video. It'll be out here shortly within the next couple hours, and don't forget to tell a friend about the Brenner Blast. You know why? Because we're coming to you, baby.